Man defying the FAA's mask mandate.
And I'm going to defy the federal transportation mask mandate by refusing to wear a mask at the airport.
Why he's making noise about not following the rules when he travels. Your news starts right now.
And we begin with
Sharon.
a spike in unruly passengers at airports, and now a local man says he's ready to defy the law tomorrow. We're going to speak to him next, but first, hi Sue. Hey there, Sharon.
There is still a federal mask mandate on planes and in airports, but tonight one D.C. man says he has no intention on following the law. Sharon Rajay's in the newsroom to explain.
Yeah, we've been seeing a spike in unruly passengers and people pushing back against restrictions at airports across the country, causing major issues. And while this D.C. resident says he plans to keep things civil, he has a flight tomorrow from Orlando to Fort Lauderdale, and he does not plan on wearing a mask.
So why are you going through all this effort?
I have never worn a mask during the entire pandemic. I suffer from anxiety, so it gives me trouble breathing and kind of starts a panic attack. And I also just fundamentally believe that no one should be forced to cover their source of oxygen.
Have you been vaccinated?
Yes, I'm fully vaccinated as of May 10th.
And is that another reason why you feel like you shouldn't have to wear the mask because you've been vaccinated?
So this federal transportation mask mandate goes against the May 13th CDC guidance that fully vaccinated people do not have to wear a mask. And I think the research is showing that the vaccines are extremely effective, and there is a very low risk that anyone who's fully vaccinated could get sick and transmit the virus to another person.
Well, Lucas Wall's one-man protest comes just days after Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg urged air travelers to respect these mask mandates and respect your flight crews, pledging strict federal enforcement against such abuse. Buttigieg says the federal mask mandate on planes, buses, and trains will remain in place till September 13th and is driven by public health considerations.
What do you expect to happen at the airport tomorrow?
I hopefully won't be too confrontational. I have my boarding pass for my flight already printed out, so I'll go into the airport without a mask, go to the Transportation Security Administration checkpoint, and show them my boarding pass and my ID and my vaccination card, and then presumably they'll ask me to wear a mask, and I'll say I'm not going to wear a mask, I'm fully vaccinated, and then I assume they'll deny me passage to the checkpoint. I won't be able to board my flight, and then I'll have to file the lawsuit.
We've been seeing a lot of unruly passengers getting really angry at flight attendants or TSA officers. Is that the approach you're taking tomorrow?
No, absolutely not. I'm going to be very polite and civil. I'm just going to make my statement. But I think what you bring up shows the extreme number of Americans who are putting our foot down and are not going to stand for the federal government trying to come in and impose what we have to wear on our face.
Meanwhile, American is the latest airline to announce it is extending its suspension on alcoholic beverage services in coach until at least September. Southwest making a similar decision last month. The move follows several violent attacks on flight attendants, often over mask mandates. The FAA reporting more than 2,500 incidents with unruly passengers so far this year. And Lucas tells me he's defying the law tomorrow in order to intentionally be rejected so he can then file a federal lawsuit.
I'm curious why we're at this point now. I mean, we're 14 months into this pandemic, going on 15 months. I've flown 3 times. I won't speak for you. I certainly have a modicum of diagnosed anxiety in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, the mask is not optimal, but it's the law. And I don't get why this proclamation that I'm going to break the law merits the attention.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for so many people, it's so uncomfortable to wear these masks aboard these airplanes, as you were talking about, Jim. But ultimately, this man will be breaking the law tomorrow if he goes and does not wear a mask. And you have to take this seriously. I mean, dozens of people right now, Jim, are facing lawsuits. Civil lawsuits, $35,000 fines against them. So, and it really causes a lot of inconvenience and discomfort for other travelers when they see these confrontations.
The caveat that he did get vaccinated, fully vaccinated, has proof. I mean, that is a very important side note to mention to this note too. All right, Sharon, thank you.